Good morning. My name is Karen Lawrence. I've been at the Ottawa Hospital for 16 years. January 27, 2014 is a day that I will never forget. I have given birth to 3 children, and I sometimes have to look back at their baby books to remember the exact time they came into the world. But I will never forget January 27, 2014 at 9:55 when my world came to a grinding halt. That was the time that I received the results of genetic testing that revealed that I will get amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, otherwise known as ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, positive for a variant in the SOD1 gene. What the genetic counselor and the physician said next, I don't even recall. I always felt like I had this target on my back, and I even told them that this is what I had expected as an outcome, so I was not really surprised. Every time I dropped a pencil or lost my footing, that nagging voice in my head said, "This is it. This is the beginning of the end." The genetic counselor then said that nothing has changed in your life from when you woke up this morning. Nothing has changed in my life since I woke up this morning. Actually, now I have the knowledge that any of my beautiful boys may also be unknowingly carrying this gene, which will result in them having to deal with this horrible disease. This is when the tears came, when I thought of my boys and what I unknowingly may have passed on to them. My family has been stricken by the familial form of ALS. I have lost 14 members of my family to this devastating disease in the last 3 generations, including my own father, Wayne Hovey. Watching ALS render my father helpless while keeping his mind intact was a cruel reminder that today there is no fighting this disease, there is no hope, there is only pain and suffering at the hand of ALS. ALS is a neuromuscular disease that can affect anyone at any time, and currently there is no treatment and no cure. It is characterized by a rapidly progressing paralysis that takes away an individual's ability to move, speak, swallow, and eventually breathe. You don't know many people living with ALS, not because it doesn't affect many people, but because most people die within 2 to 5 years of diagnosis. In that period of time, many caregivers have to quit their jobs to provide 24-hour care to the person they love. In fact, 40% of affected families go bankrupt. So for me and my family, the race is on. The race is on to live every day of my life to the fullest and to remind all of you to do the same. Don't wait for something like ALS to make you start. And the race is on to raise money, to fund research, to find a cure for this disease, or a way to prevent its onset before my 3 beautiful boys are faced with the same agonizing decision that I had to make about whether or not I wanted to know if I would test positive. I have been running this race since 2014, both literally and figuratively. I laced up my sneakers every day and hit the pavement. I completed the Copenhagen Marathon in May to raise awareness for neuromuscular diseases, and will be participating in the prestigious New York City Marathon in November with Project ALS. In August 2017, I will defeat my greatest physical challenge yet, the grueling Tremblant Ironman. Running for me has become very therapeutic. Every time I run, I revel in the sound of my breath and the strength of my legs as they carry me forward. I am thankful every day for this ability, knowing that one day this shoe will drop, as it has for so many of my family and friends in the ALS community. Today, there is no cure, but tomorrow is another story. Because the Ottawa Hospital is committed to improving the outcomes for patients, it is building a neuromuscular clinical research center. This center will bring hope for better treatments and cures to thousands of Ottawa area patients who have neuromuscular disease, such as ALS, myotonic dystrophy, muscular dystrophy, and Guillain-Barré syndrome. The ALS clinic at the Ottawa Hospital Rehab Center provides good rehabilitation and supportive care. However, with the Neuromuscular Clinical Research Center, patients can participate in much-needed research and clinical trials. This new center will bring together many existing Ottawa Hospital neuromuscular disease experts, including neurologists, researchers, technologists, and nurses, and will offer new therapies, clinical trials, and world-class training for the next generation of physicians and basic scientists. And I know it is thanks to your support that this center will be established to help those in our community. Together, we can shape the future. I am so proud and fortunate to be an employee of the Ottawa Hospital. On our journey to excellence, the Neuromuscular Clinical Research Centre is just one more brick in the road that will allow the Ottawa Hospital to provide each patient with the world-class care, exceptional service, and compassion that we would want for our loved ones. Providing hope for patients affected by neuromuscular diseases is certainly something that I wish for my loved ones.